Our best friend
Imagine
on
that.
election night. Good to see you. UWM professor Mordecai Lee. First question I wanted to ask you. We want to talk the presidential race. President Obama staying put in Chicago today, working the phones, doing interviews, and yet Mitt Romney was out campaigning in battleground states. Did those two different approaches surprise you, and which do you think will be more effective?
And I think you're onto something. In other words, is President Obama, based on his internal polling, sort of sitting on his lead the way the Packers would? Is Romney playing offense? In other words, one last chance to get a lick in Ohio or Pennsylvania or one of those places. So I think it probably shows the aggressiveness was on the Romney people, and odds are that means that they realized they needed to do something additional, whereas Obama didn't think he had to.
You know, everybody's talking about the swing states. There are basically 11 swing states that people are watching, although not all 11 are necessarily in play equally. We have a few here that are going to be so close, we may not know if the election comes down to what the result is tonight. What 3 or 4 states do you think we're really going to end up focusing on here tonight?
Brad, I think in Nevada we don't have to pay attention to, probably not even New Hampshire. We have to pay attention, is Pennsylvania going for Romney when he went for a real long throw, a Hail Mary pass? So Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, Florida.
Yeah,
that's about it. And by the way, I'll make a prediction, although I've got a 50.
Oh boy.
It's going to be an early night. I think we're going to be done by 11 o'clock.
You do not think this is going to be one of those nights that goes on forever?
No, because I think whoever wins is going to have such a margin of safety above 270 that it won't matter about the
they could lose
recount.
A state or two.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick, when will we know if it's over? Is there something cataclysmic, you know, if, for instance, if Romney loses one state or vice versa?
Along the lines of what I said to Brad, but also for some reason right now they're not calling Georgia. Now this is surprising.
Too.
If for some reason Obama is competitive in Georgia, then that means this is going to be a very different night.
16 electoral votes right there. I thought that was
the polls close in Ohio at 6:30, so we may get some indication pretty soon how Ohio goes, and how Ohio goes may go the rest of the nation.
Right, and the problem with exit polls and projections is that it's based on a probability, landing on a probability.
They've been wrong before.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Hey, quickly, the U.S. Senate race. There are people looking at this saying the Republicans may take back the Senate, although they really need to win quite a few seats for that to happen. Do you think that's a possibility tonight, or do you think the Democrats, while they may lose a few seats, because most of the seats that are up are Democratic-held seats, do you think they'll be able to hold it?
Right. The conventional wisdom right now is that Democrats will retain the majority in the Senate regardless of what happens in Wisconsin. But I think the Wisconsin race is very competitive.
Now, do you think that is going to be a long night in terms of those results?
I'll still bet on 11 o'clock.
You think 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Boy,
Set your timers, people. We've got 3 hours and 8 minutes, according to 4 hours and 8 minutes, according to my calculations. All right, Mordecai, very good.
Very
the clock is running.
We love it.
All right.
Whatever you do, keep it right here on Fox 6. We've got all your election results, and as we mentioned before, our Mike Lowe is going to be live in Chicago at the President's event, and then our Henry Ralston will be live in Boston with the Romney folks.
You have an opinion? Of course you do. Voice it right there on Facebook all night long. You're with Fox 6, and when the polls close at